Okay, it's no surprise that I freaking love Super Mario Odyssey. Love the levels, love the controls, love the replay value, and as given away from the title, love the bosses. And I'm ranking all of them today. But since you fight these guys more than once, I'm only going to be taking into account their strongest fight out of how many fights they have, or I'd just be repeating myself. They represent how much fun they were to fight, obviously. So let's go. At various times throughout the game, you'll be going up against one of the Broodles, which, let's be real, are the Koopalings in a different skin. Still aren't all that great. Spewart starts out the fight spinning poison around him before trying to fire poison directly at you, but you can easily clear the poison and hit him with Cappy before he gets a chance to do the latter attack. After he's jumped on, he'll retreat into his hat and leave a trail of poison behind, but Cappy can easily send him away. Yeah, decent aims with Cappy can shred this fight, even in his second fight. The only real difference is that he'll slowly move, which I guess adds something to the fight, like maybe 1% at most. Honestly, fighting this guy just feels like a waste of time. Yeah, it's another mediocre fight here. All he really does in this fight is chuck his spike at you, which you can easily flip over with Cappy, which reveals a trampoline underneath which you can easily use to stomp on him, as the cow doesn't do anything to stop you once you bounce off his hat. After each hit, he'll retreat into his hat and hop around after you, but as long as you keep moving during that, you'll be fine. I've gone with the fight on the dark side, because you don't have to deal with the ice physics there, and the low gravity doesn't make him annoying to hit, since like I already said, he's a coward. No wonder nobody will hire you anymore. Hey Wendy in Broode form. Her main methods of attack is chucking blue bombs at you, which leaves a pool of lava behind, and slamming purple bombs down on you. With good aim, you can get Cappy to launch the blue bombs back at her to make her vulnerable, which is satisfying to pull off, or you can just hit the purple ones before they explode to make her vulnerable. In between hits, she'll retreat into a spike tap, the Broode seems to like doing that between hits, to drop bombs on the arena, but you can easily send one of those back at her to end that. This fight is just okay. The second fight of hers in the Bowser Kingdom is a little better, since she'll fire 2 bombs at you, but still the fight's nothing too special. The Metro Kingdom was hyped up since its reveal, and for good reason. Climbing around the buildings was a lot of fun, and running through the roads that casually just end on cliffs, nice design there, mate. Oh, and getting to fight a giant robotic wiggler whilst it's pelling it down. Unlike some of the other kingdom's bosses, you actually use a capture from a previous kingdom, the Sherms, that you need to use to aim and blast his segments, that fire slow-moving fireballs that aren't really a threat. Firing like crazy aim is certainly a threat to him though, I love doing that. And that triggers the second phase where he'll warp all over the place, charging at you whilst he's invincible. Blast those segments once again, and the only compulsory kingdom boss is down, and I'm happy the compulsory one was a good one. Seaside Kingdom is my favourite kingdom in the game, but there are 2 moods I really don't like. Beach volleyball villain of the beach, and the boss fight here. Thankfully, one of the main highlights of the Mushroom Kingdom is getting to fight harder versions of the game's bosses, and in some cases, improvements of the game's bosses. The original Mollusque-Lanceur fight was kind of annoying as the limited supply of the Gushon made him a bitch to chase down. Yeah, the rematch fixed that. Since it's now pelling it down, the Gushon now has an unlimited water supply, which considering you're in the air for the whole fight, is a good thing. Also, it means you can chase after him as much as you please now without refilling, whilst avoiding his projectiles that have pretty damn good accuracy. Just keep spraying him in the head until he suffers so much that his head literally explodes. Ouch. Koopalings in a different skin. Still aren't all that great, though the leader Topper's second fight is pretty cool. Now the first fight with him was a complete joke, but it's the first boss of the game, so there's a bit of a pass there. In the Bowser's Kingdom, talk about chalk and cheese, he used the same method to defeat him as last time. Keep throwing Cappy at him to send the hats flying. Oh yeah, his spin attack can easily catch you out here. Which leads into why I like this fight. There's some challenge to it, especially with all the hats flying everywhere. I mean, just look at this. It's something the Koopalings could only dream of doing. Thank goodness he comes first in the dark side of the moon, or that arrival at Rabbit Ridge Moon could have gone a little bit more infuriating. Wow, what a rude bitch you are. We only just showed up and you want to feed us to your chain chompikins? Always knew fat people didn't give a damn about others and this proves it. And she's so much nicer in the Moon Kingdom. Believe it or not though, that chain chompikins of hers is the real boss here. He will constantly try to lash at you, whilst you need to get the top half of his head before you capture him, and wow, she gets out of breath after only running for a few seconds. So yeah, she isn't very good at putting up a fight. So why do I like this boss? I like how he uses the chain chomp capture. Knocking all of the caps off the chomp is a fun challenge, and whacking her in the face with a chomp is super satisfying. Even if her attitude is just like properly inside of her. Cancer. One of the best parts of the Wooded Kingdom was the up-brew. Some onion-looking thing that allowed you to stretch your legs to reach higher areas, which leads you to this fight. The method of this fight is pretty simple. Dodge the lasers that take forever to fire, whilst hitting the 3 blue ores blocked out by the bricks to flip him over before you headbutt its core, which causes it to retaliate with red lasers that you could use the up-brew to hop over, or you could just hop onto these blocks, but what's the fun in that? And that is why the Refi in the Mushroom Kingdom gets this spot. Says here, he fires his laser at the ring bees, which is way more of a threat. And those red lasers can fire all 4 of the ring beams at the same time, with no blocks to help you out this time, making a much more enjoyable fight. Holy shit, that is one fat bird. You see this guy when you first enter the Luncheon Kingdom, and boy, you can tell he lives there. You first deal with him about halfway through. Want to know why you should never be a piece of meat near this guy? Just watch. You don't actually fight this bird until near the end with the use of the lava bubble. Just dodge off the spike balls he throws out until, well, that's Jew's out, which you need to climb up and avoid his fruit he spits out until you land on his head. As you get further into the fight, it'll spit out more spike balls and change the pattern of, I guess we'll call it the pink liquid, including platforms you need to jump on, which is a nice use of the lava bubble capture. Hit his head after that to send him down into the stew where he burns to death. Oh, and if you're like me and prefer the rematch, watch out for those moon snakes as well. Wish the Ruin King was a bit more than just a boss kingdom. Seriously, the setting is amazing. But hey, at least the boss you get here is a load of fun. After it shoots down the Odyssey with no effort, you need to fight the dragon to gain the multi-moon. Dodge the electric spike wheels that erupt from his, I guess, electric breath, before slamming his head on the ground to create a freaking crap load of electrical streams you need to jump over. Eventually he'll shut off, giving you an opportunity to remove the pins out of him, ouch, before doing his head in, which is pretty damn satisfying. As he takes more damage, he'll send out more attacks, but the method to defeat the boss remains the same. Do that 3 times and you get to head to one of the best levels ever made. Sure, the refight has more to dodge, but ice physics. Next up is the big guy himself, Bowser. You get to fight this guy 3 times throughout the game, and my favourite is the second fight of the 3. Bowser will send down a load of hats, one of which being his own that you can grab. Okay mate, did you not learn anything from last time? But when you grab that, it causes fire rings and throws fireballs at you until you run up to punch. Okay, I guess you have learned something from last time. But this leads to one of the most satisfying ways to hurt a boss I've ever seen. Punching him over and over and sending him flying into the spikes on the side of the arena. Don't worry about the position you're punching him in. As we've seen with the flashy cars in 3D World, there's not that much there. But this will piss off Bowser enough to start breathing fire everywhere and firing even more hats at you. Like I said, I love how you damage this boss, and you get one heck of a final boss theme to go along with it. Something I'm beginning to notice with these bosses is that they're always extremely satisfying to hit, probably because it felt rewarding successfully using a capture you've learned throughout the kingdom. Take for example, Knuckle-Tech. You've likely been using the bullet bills at some point in your first time through the Sand Kingdom, and the fists control exactly like them, so you get to do this. Man, that is satisfying. So yeah, the fight with Blue Icy Eye Rock has a satisfying way to beat it, but the rest of the fight is pretty sweet too. Basically, you need to grab the hands so that they push down on the ice to stun him, but since ice is slippery, easier said than done, which gives you the chance to capture it. But his hands are also capable of throwing fish away and ice rocks at you as you try and punch him, and on the last hit, crush you with his bare hands. I love how the difficulty of this boss fight progresses. The best part of the Sand Kingdom in my opinion. It hasn't changed. Time for a repeat of number 4 on my favourite Mario bosses list. Because seriously, this boss fight is awesome from start to finish. I love how this fight starts. And then that music kicks in and it's amazing. To take down this boss, you need to use the Pokios. Yeah, this boss actually made one of the worst captures in the game fun. To knock the bombs it throws out back towards its leg until it goes timber. And this is easily the best part of the fight. As the music gets even more awesome, you get to climb up it and smash a bunny out of it, which is probably the most satisfying thing to do in the game. As more bunnies are launched, it starts running towards you and firing discs that can get in the way. The reason why I prefer this over the fight in the dark side is because the Hammer Bros could just tear the legs apart. Overall, great design, great music, great fun factor, and great satisfaction of being it.